The Georgia high school lacrosse season continues tonight as the Carrollton Trojans return home to face the East Coweta Indians. These two teams met in the preseason for a scrimmage on this exact field. East Coweta handled the Trojans that night in a somewhat chippy game. Tonight, Carrollton looks for their first win of the season. We are moments away from the start of this game. Starting on attack for Carrollton tonight will be Ross Castleter, Michael Morgan, and Dylan Michaelitis. At midfield, Ben Bryan, Jackson Cruz, and Ben Carter. On defense, Carter Johnson, Chase Sapola, and Sean Dressender. In the goal will be the senior, number 20, Chris Cuff. Carrollton is coached by Mike Mason and Mike Mutual. East Coweta is coached by James Kreider.
In goalie for the Indians of East Coweta tonight, number 23, Devin McCarriger, and for your Trojans, number 20, Chris Cook.
Facing off for East Coweta will be Jackson Elliott, and for Carrollton, Jackson Cruz. Jackson Cruz did a really good job in Carrollton's previous game against the Eagles of Mount Paran. He did a very good job facing off. He will look to continue that success here tonight. And it looks like, would that be a face-off violation on East Coweta? They will say it's not, and they will reset the ball. East Coweta might have gotten away with a violation right there. And now we have a face-off violation called on Jackson Cruz of Carrollton. So a little bit of a shaky start for both face-off specialists, and East Coweta will have it on offense first. As mentioned, these two teams met in the preseason. The Indians had their way with the Trojans that night. However, Chris Cuff did not play. He is in the goal tonight. He is coming off a game against Mount Paran where he struggled a lot. He only had 4 saves and was pulled through the third quarter, but he is a great goalie, and he will look to rebound tonight. Right away, East Coweta is being aggressive. A good slide from Ben Bryan. And the Indians continue to work it around. As mentioned, Chris Cuff gave up 13 goals against the Eagles and only had 4 saves. So he will look to rebound tonight in a game where he struggled, and that was the first time all year that he struggled. Jackson Elliott will look to go after Jackson Cruz, driving a shot, saved by Cuff. The rebound goes to the Indians, and Carrollton is a little bit out of position right now. They recover. Carrollton is currently in man. We have seen them go man most of the season. We have seen them go into their zone when they have struggled. So hopefully they can stay in man tonight, but going zone is a good change-up for them. With it now Bailey Brogan, who had a few goals in the scrimmage. On him is Dressender, a slide and a forced bad pass right there from the Carrollton defense as Jackson Cruz came over for the double team. That will be the first turnover of the game. And Carrollton will have it now offensively for their first possession of the night. The Carrollton attack will look to be more productive tonight than they have been so far this season, as most of the goals have come from the midfielders, specifically Jackson Cruz and Ben Carter. In the last game for the Trojans, Xavier Reese exploded for 3 goals. Ben Carter also had 3. Castleter with it now had 1. A cut from Cruz. Some movement now from Carrollton. Ben Carter thought about the shot, thought better of it. Good decision from him. As you can see, the Indians of East Coweta are in the zone right now. Carrollton has not had shot from Jackson Cruz off target. As I was saying, they have not had a lot of possession time this season, so they will look to win the time of possession battle tonight. And give their defense some breaks. Jackson Cruz needs to be more aggressive in this first half against Mount Prairie. He was not aggressive enough in the first half. I think he only had 2 shots, and one of those was a goal. Jackson Cruz's shot. He's already got 2 shots in this possession as we have 9:02 to go in the first. Good signs here from Carrollton that they are getting shots and getting them off with good looks. The attack just has to stay awake and make sure they back up the shots. Cruz to Castleter. Castleter to Morgan. Morgan back to Castleter. We're seeing a lot of movement from the East Coweta defense, a lot of slides from them, and a lot of help defense. Ben Carter a little bit hesitant as he was trying to find Michael Morgan. He hesitated on the pass, and then one hopped to him. That will go out of bounds. That will be the first turnover on Carrollton. So each team with a turnover on their first offensive possession of the night. That ball is cleared and into the box. On ball is Austin Waldrop, who's into the game for the first time. He does have a short pole. He has played both with a short pole and a long pole this season. Keys for the Carrollton defense, they have to be more aggressive and throw more checks. As Carter with a good defense. A shot off the pipe into the air, off the stick of Carter. Carter Johnson has it. He's getting ragged a little bit. And Austin Waldrop back to Cuff. A good stop there as Cuff lost that one. That ball is down. Not sure what happened there with Cuff and the ball coming out of his stick. The ball is still down. Good fight from Ben Carter. The ball is still down. A player went down for East Coweta. That was number 5 for them, Owen DeBull. And that ball rolls out of bounds. Failure to advance, I believe, will be the call. Nope, they will say it's off of East Coweta. Carrollton will have it. I'm surprised that Carrollton did not get called for a failure to advance. I'm not sure the refs are still timing that. That ball is checked out of Carter's stick. It was 2-on-1. He did not find the help. And East Coweta has it back now on offense. Carrollton has to get set and mark up. Transition defense will be huge for both teams tonight. Christian Barnes, a very good midfielder for East Coweta, had it for a moment. Jackson Elliott taps his helmet and he wants the Indians to clear out. And he's going after Jackson Cruz. He lost his footing. The ball is down. Who can get there? Carter Johnson can get there. He's going to throw it up ahead. Intercepted by Barnes. Barnes might have gotten away with an over and back there. Barnes driving shot. He did not get much on that. That one bounced to the left of the goal. 6:39 to go now in the first. A quick pace for both teams. For the Indians so far, another shot from Jackson Elliott and an easy save for Chris Cuff. His second save of the night. Jackson Elliott is being very aggressive for the Indians. He could not convert on that one. Carrollton is back on offense. What can they do with it? They've only scored first one time this season. They would like to get out to an early lead, if possible. Into the game, Alex Schilling at midfield. Lack of depth is a concern for Carrollton and will be the rest of the season as they have struggled with injuries. We have talked about that a lot. Cruz from way outside and a goal for Jackson Cruz. It's too easy, and with 5:48 to go in the first quarter, Carrollton has the lead. We just mentioned how Carrollton had not scored first but one time this season. Make it twice as Jackson Cruz scored from about 16, 17 yards out. Too easy for him from that range if he can just set his feet and rip it as he did right there, and he scored with a nice bounce shot, his first goal of the night. That ball is down. Cruz had a chance with the one-handed ground ball, could not get it. East Coweta has it. East Coweta has controlled the face-off X to this point. Carrollton will look to turn that around as we progress. Christian Barnes with it. He's going to bring it way out. Let's see what he will decide to do. He's got Ben Carter on him, who is perhaps the best ISO defender that Carrollton has. Carter fakes a shot, now shoots. That's too far outside. He does not have the strength on that shot. He bounced that one over the goal and outside. As mentioned, Chris Cuff did not play against East Coweta in the scrimmage. A drive from behind. So East Coweta will have to get much better shots and more on the shots than they got in that scrimmage. On ball now is Sapola, the sophomore. And that will be a flag called on Sapola. The first penalty of the game goes on the Trojans. They have been very good this season with being disciplined and not drawing flags, but they draw an early one. Not sure if that will be 30 seconds or a minute. We will just have to see. East Coweta having some trouble passing and catching. They're going to have a shot. That one was off target. They got a good look at it. That was number 15, Bailey Brogan. He went sidearm, did not get the extension on the stick, and pulled it inside. Back to Brogan. Brogan wanted the shot. Back up top. Back to Brogan. Brogan the shot right to the chest of Cuff. He's got 3 saves now as we just hit 4:25 to go in the first quarter. Cuff looks very good so far tonight. He's gotten some warm-up shots. He's going to one-hop it to Jackson Cruz. Cruz has it. Cruz driving. Good decision from him to slow it down. No need to rush as we are still early in this game. Carrollton is looking for their first win of the season. Ben Carter, the senior, has it. He had 3 goals on 7 shot opportunities. That is very good conversion percentage. And into the game for the first time tonight, Xavier Reese, who was the star of the Mount Paran game for the Trojans. He had 3 goals on 8 shot attempts. Some movement here. Another shot for Jackson Cruz, and that one is saved by McCarriger. His first save of the night. East Coweta trying to clear it. On the ball is Reese. He does a good job of not being too aggressive. Carrollton will also have to protect the crease tonight defensively. They have improved on that as the season has progressed, but they still need to make sure they focus on it to make sure they do not slip up in that area. Especially with what we've seen so far tonight for East Coweta. They have had very long shots and they have not gotten much on them. And Chris Cuff is just having a nice calm day in the goal so far. Less than 3 minutes to go in the first. Elliott driving, Elliott the shot. And that will be a goal for number 6 of the Indians, Jackson Elliott. And we are tied at 1 with 2:52 to go in the first. That was just a good shot from outside, a nice bounce, and he had good placement. Elliott put that one in the bottom right corner. East Coweta is 2-3 on their season. They are scoring 8.5 goals a game, which is 60th in the state. They are giving up 11.75 goals a game, which is 75th in the state out of 108 teams. Cruz wins his first face-off of the night. He's going to have a breakaway. Good job from him. And now we will have a whistle. I'm not sure what the call was by the ref. However, that will be a turnover. That one is lobbed. With it is Barnes. He can't get it. Can Ben Carter get it? Good hard checks from him as he's going after this ball. We're going to have a scrum. Who's going to come away with it? Someone needs to kick it out. We're having players going down. Reese is kicking it. Reese is still kicking it. Reese trips. He can't get it, and that will be failure to advance on the Indians. Back-to-back turnovers as each team now has 2. With it is Xavier Reese. He's got a head start, and he crosses the man up, and an East Coweta player goes down. Wow. That was Christian Barnes, and Xavier Reese just took his soul. 2:09 to go in the first. Some fireworks here early as we are tied at 1. Trying to clear it are the Indians. With it now is Brogan. Dressler needs to play it smart here as he does not have any help at the moment. Now he does as East Coweta has it on offense, and Carrollton gets set defensively. Good defense so far from the Trojans. They have played good defense. They just need to make sure they stay awake defensively and continue to help out and know when they are sliding. Good defense from Xavier Reese. Great body right there as he put number 21, Gareth Ronfeld, on his back. Barnes from way outside. Not sure what he was thinking with that one. Another save for Cuff, his 4th of the night. They've been easy so far. Cuff to Dressender, who is wide open. Numbers for Carrollton. Dressender needs to push it. He's going to hit Morgan. Carrollton had a 4-on-3 there, but their attack were not in good position as they had 2 people on the right side of the goal. Carrollton needs to make sure they stay in good position as they had the numbers. They could not exploit the defense, though. With it now, Carter, who is having a very good senior season on both ends of the field. Jackson Cruz, the junior, works it to Michaelitis, who has scored in the last few games. He had 1 goal last week against Mount Paran. He had 1 goal against Westminster. Cruz from way outside, a shot. That pass was deflected. There to back it up is Castleter. Jackson Cruz is being much more aggressive tonight. 35 seconds to go now in the first. Castleter to Carter. Carter will think about reversing it, and he's going to hit Morgan. Morgan has been aggressive coming from behind. Can he make something happen here? Morgan to Michaelitis, who can't make the catch. He does a good job to corral it. Morgan to Castleter. Castleter, the shot, and a goal for Ross Castleter. With 16 seconds to go, Carrollton retakes the lead over the Indians.
Michael Morgan with the nice.
Castleter is starting to heat up on the season as he had a goal last week late in the 4th quarter against the Eagles, and now he has one late in the 1st quarter to give Carrollton the lead. Coming away with this face-off will be Ben Carter as that ball goes right into his stick. He's getting pushed. He stays in bounds. Good effort from him. Carter to Michaelitis. Michaelitis gets that ball checked out from behind, and he's going to take a tumble. He wanted a trip. He will not get it. That will be a turnover. Possession back to East Coweta, the 3rd turnover on the night, and that will be the end of the 1st quarter. As Carrollton leads East Coweta 2-1. A very good start for the Trojans. And we will take a quick break, and we will be right back for the 2nd quarter. Back to Grisham Stadium. We are about to get the second quarter underway. Jackson Cruz is going to have a chance at this ground ball. The Indians miss it. Cruz has it. Cruz had Michael Morgan open briefly. Nonetheless, Carrollton is back on offense, as they have started to win face-offs and they have looked very good on offense. The passing and catching tonight for Carrollton has been very good. We saw one pass thrown away in the first quarter, but other than that, the passes have been good. They've been chest high. Castleter to Morgan, and that shot is saved by McCarriger. Good look from Ross Castleter as he found Michael Morgan coming around the crease. In transition now are the Indians. Madison Duffy has it. What will he do with it? He has a long pole, Ben Bryan on him. Good physical play from Ben Bryan. Duffy feeds Brogan. Brogan the shot off target. He got a good look that time as he was driving towards the middle of the field. Once again, good defense from Ben Bryan, who has had a very good season. Is definitely one of the best players Carrollton has defensively. A drive from X and a save from Chris Cuff off his chest. Great save that time by Cuff. The ref called an in and out on the crease. However, I'm not sure about that one. You are allowed to throw it back into the crease. Questionable call that time. I'm not sure if Cuff possessed it before it got out. I thought it bounced out. However, East Coweta will stay with it on offense. 10:45 to go in the second quarter. They are working around on ball now is Moore. Moore needs to... Oh, and it's saved by Cuff. Moore almost got crossed up himself behind the goal. Could not quite see the ball, but Cuff saved it from right on the doorstep. Great save from him, and he's off to a great start. He's got 6 saves already. He only had 4 last game and 2.5 quarters of work. He's got 6 tonight, and Carrollton still has the lead. Carrollton substituting on offense. Carter to Schilling, and Carter throws that one away. That is the second turnover on Ben Carter tonight. Keys for Carrollton offensively. Play through contact along with passing and catching the ball. And that time, Carter did not play through the contact. He took a little check, and as soon as he felt the check coming, he tried to get rid of the ball, and that resulted in a turnover. Good ride from Dylan Michaelitis. This ball is down. And a push is called on Dylan Michaelitis, a terrible call by the ref. This is a contact sport, and that was not a push by any means. A good ride from Dylan Michaelitis. And a good check from Jackson Cruz as he went over the top of the player. Good energy tonight from the Trojans so far, and good effort on both ends, offensively and defensively. Carter with it. He has it. He's got to play through the contact, and he's going to lose this one. 3 turnovers on Ben Carter tonight. He's got to play through the contact. Less than 9.5 minutes to go in the first half. Jackson Cruz with a one-handed swing on that check. Duffy spins. Duffy's driving. He might get a good look. Duffy, good help defense from Nate Moore and Carter Johnson. Back up top now, a drive from Elliott. A shot. Elliott was running out of an angle off the helmet of Moore. That ball is up into the air. Who can get there? That ball is still down. The ball has been on the ground a lot tonight. Cruz gets it. Rolls it to Cuff. Good decision from him, and good energy tonight from the Trojans. This might be the most energy we have seen from them all year. The effort is very high. Cuff will bring it up at the 25 to the 30 to the middle of the field. He's got Schilling. Schilling has been aggressive at moments. He's going to spin, loses it, gets it back, gets it into the box, and now we have a whistle. Another whistle. We have a timeout on the field that will be called by Carrollton as they lead it 2-1 with 8:32 to go in the second quarter. Back out of the timeout, Carrollton has it on offense. East Coweta continues to go zone. Castleton to Morgan, they have tried that tonight. That's the second time they have tried it, as they are trying to attack the crease defense of East Coweta. Morgan, Castleton to Reese. What will Reese do with it? It's hard to go ISO when the team is going zone. What Carrollton will have to do is have quick passes here and try and catch the defense out of position with movement and the quick passes. Have to get it in and out of their sticks quicker than what they are doing right now. Less than 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Castleton to Morgan. Morgan gets doubled. Morgan, not a good decision from Michael Morgan. He tried to hit Dylan Michaelitis through 2 or 3 defenders. Carter, outside shot, right to the cross of McCarriger, who will have a long throw down the field, and it is dropped. Not a good decision from McCarriger. Carter Johnson comes away with it. Carter Johnson tries to hit Cuff. That is intercepted. It's going to be a one-on-one. They're going to feed the middle of the field. Barnes shot, bounces it over the goal. Intense moments for Chris Cuff, and the goals, it looked like number 9 had a breakaway. Number 9 is not on the roster for East Coweta. He had a breakaway to the goal, decided to pass it. And in turn, East Coweta missed a shot. Cuff to Reese. Reese can't make the catch. He's going to kick that ground ball out. Carter has it. Carter has some nice speed. He's going to take a hard check from behind. That will draw a flag. Carter overthrows Michaelitis to the stick of Morgan. That should be a whistle, and now the refs blow the whistle. Ben Carter has made some uncharacteristic passes and decisions tonight, as Carrollton had the flag down. All they had to do was keep the ball from hitting the ground. They could have ran up an offensive possession. Nonetheless, they will go man up for the first time tonight. That is the first penalty on the Indians. Each team with 1 penalty apiece. Carrollton has looked good on moments this season with their man-up unit, but there have been moments where they have not looked so good. They need quick passes and close shots. Michaelitis, skip pass to Carter. Another skip pass to Michaelitis. Michaelitis, good one-handed catch from Morgan. Morgan to Castleton. Castleton bounces it. Saved by McCarriger. Castleton was standing a little too straight up on that shot. Did not bend with the knees. Schilling gets his stick up. Bodies a man up. This ball is down. A fake pass. And the Indians will advance it into the Trojan half of the field. Driving. A shot saved by Cuff. His 6th save of the night. With it is Carter. Carrollton needs to settle down offensively, and Carter throws this one over the head of Morgan and into the stick of McCarriger. A push from behind from Jackson Cruz, and that will draw a flag. The second penalty on the Carrollton Trojans tonight. In the first quarter, Carrollton possessed the ball very well and made good decisions, and they passed and catch the ball very well. It's been a different story here halfway through the second quarter. Carrollton is back on defense, and they will be man down. On the field will be Cipolla, Dressender, Johnson, Carter, and Ben Bryan. Brogan a shot. Cuff with the save. Cuff has 8 saves. Tonight he's only given up 1 goal. He's out of the goal now. He's going to have to make a decision with it. Cuff throws that one at the feet of Carter, who makes the catch. Carter's on the sideline. He needs to reverse it. And Carter overthrows Dressender. Out of bounds that goes. Nope, it's saved by Ross Castleton. Great effort from him. And Carrollton's going to have a chance at this ground ball. Reese has it. Or he had a chance at it anyways. That goes out of bounds off of Reese. East Coweta has it. Back to McCarriger. The turnovers have picked up here in the second quarter from both teams, and the passing and catching has gone down a level. Some sloppy play here. Carrollton still leads it 2-1. A good crowd tonight for the Trojans, and they can use the support as they will try to capture their first win of the season. As you saw right there, that shot off target by Jackson Elliott, who has been aggressive tonight, but he has not been on target much at all tonight. As I was mentioning, Carrollton had 3 guys on the ball. Carrollton needs to know who is sliding and who is not. A shot that is missed. On ball now is Johnson. The Indians got a good look. That was Brogan, I believe. He went left-handed. He is a right-handed player. He did not get much on that shot, but he did get a good look. Perhaps a check thrown by Dressinger threw that shot off target. East Coweta will call their first timeout of the half with 4:25 to go as they trail 2-1 with the ball on offense. Coming out of the timeout, East Coweta will look to tie it up, and it looks like Carrollton will go zone for the first time tonight. We will see how this plays out for the Trojans. Up top, Madison Duffy. Shot from Duffy, off target. East Coweta backs it up. I do like this decision here from Coach Hutzel to go zone, to change it up a little bit, as East Coweta called their first timeout of the night, and I am sure that they assumed that Carrollton would be in man. That is fed up top to Elliott, who possesses it. Elliott thinks about the shot, moves, shot, and a goal for Jackson Elliott. He got a lot on that shot and bounced it. Got that one past cuff with a bounce shot off the left hip. We are now tied at 2 with 3:52 to go in the first half. I like the decision to change it up to go zone. However, they scored very quickly off the zone, so I would expect that Carrollton would go back into their man defense here next time they are on defense. Facing off will be Jackson Cruz, who has gotten all of the face-offs tonight, all the face-off attempts tonight for Carrollton. Chase Sapola, who was not at the last game against the Eagles, had faced off the previous 2 games and had done a pretty good job. Their sticks got a little stuck there. Ben Bryan with a good ground ball. He does not feel the contact, but gets it over midfield, and he can relax now as he gets it to Jackson Cruz. Once again, Carrollton has struggled tonight. Cruz tried to feed Ben Bryan. As I was just about to say, Carrollton has struggled tonight in the second half with their passing and catching. That ball is down. Michaelitis, open goal, and a goal for Dylan Michaelitis off the turnover. And how about that response for the Trojans? Dylan Michaelitis just got the biggest roar of the night from the crowd as he gave Carrollton the lead. The score is now 3-2 Trojans. Back to the face-off X we go. Carrollton has it now. They have shown this season that they can score and score very quickly. They showed that last game against the Eagles with just rapid-fire goals on offense. 3 goals tonight from three different players. Cruz, then Castleter, and with the most recent goal, Michaelitis. That is what you want to see as a coach. The ball has been spread around, and multiple people have shown that they can score. Barnes can't get it. A good ground ball from Dylan Michaelitis, who gets tripped. A flag is down. He still has the ball in his stick. The ref should have let him play on there as the ball never came out. However, that will be a penalty, the second of the night, on the Indians, and Carrollton will go man up. These refs here tonight have made some bad decisions, and that is another one. Questionable calls from them, and Carrollton has a man up. They have a prime opportunity right here to extend the lead to 2. Cruz up top. He paints the pipe, and I don't know how that one did not dip in. Wow. An aggressive shot and great placement. Cruz faked it. Oh, and he one-hopped it to Michael Morgan, who took a little bit of a hit. Wow. A missed opportunity there on the man up, and East Coweta wants to talk this one over. They have looked a little overwhelmed here in the last minute and a half to 2 minutes of this game. They will take their second and final timeout of the half with 2:17 to go, and we will be right back. Out of the timeout, East Coweta will attempt to clear it. They will throw it away. Out of bounds it goes, and a quick turnover for them. And now Carrollton will call a timeout with 2:10 to go. We will just leave it on their huddle as we just went to a break. A quick note on Carrollton's JV lacrosse team. They are 3-1 on their season, as they won tonight against the JV team of East Coweta. They won 7-4 in a good performance from them. Their only loss on the season was to Pace Academy. Also, the Carrollton women's lacrosse team has won 3 games in a row, and they are 4-4 on their season. With 2:10 to go, Carrollton now has their opportunity to attempt to clear it. Carter has Carter Johnson open. Instead, he's going to hit Cruz, who is also open. Cruz has it. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. In a game where Carrollton is looking for their first win from downtown. Ben Carter shoots that one over the goal. Castleter looking for Morgan coming around X. They have tried that a few times tonight. They keep going back to it, and they might eventually be able to get a goal with it. We will see. Cruz at goal line extended. The skip pass to Carter, who thought about the shot. Little dip. Now Carter has it. Carter, a skip pass to Cruz, who does a good job to get a stick on the ball. Cruz has 1 goal tonight. Cruz to Michaelitis. Michaelitis way off target with that shot. Did not get his feet set. But Ross Castleter there to back it up. Good hustle from him. 1:19 to go now in the first half. Both teams are out of timeouts. East Coweta still in a zone. Morgan to Castleter. They've got to be careful with those passes as East Coweta has started to sense them and started to double team very quickly. Cruz from way outside, a shot saved by McCarriger. He got a stick down. His ball is still down. Back to McCarriger. McCarriger in stride hits Duffy, and Duffy showing off some speed right now. Down the middle. Feed. Brogan. Feed. And that pass will go out of bounds. East Coweta with the nice fast break opportunity. Brogan tried to find the extra pass to Owen DeBow. Could not complete it. That will be another turnover for East Coweta as they have started to stack up now in the second half. 40 seconds to go. Brian on the sideline on the bottom of your screen. He has good speed as well, and he will bring it up himself. He's got Carter. Carter needs to cut to the goal. A spin. Ben Bryant still has it. Now he's going to hit Cruz. 25 seconds to go in the first half. Carrollton leads it by 1. Can they gain some separation here? East Coweta is going man. I'm not sure about this decision from them. 15 seconds to go. Into the game is Schilling. Carter at the 20. Carter gets a hard hit from behind. He's got to move this ball. Carter takes a hard hit. 4 seconds to go. And that will do it for the first half as the Carrollton Trojans take the lead into the half for the first time this season. They lead East Coweta 3-2 in a very positive first half.
East Coweta Indians 2.
10 minutes from now, the second half will will begin, and we will be back with it. Thank you for joining us. We are back now at Grisham Stadium to start the second half. Carrollton leads at the half for the first time this season. Can it translate to a win? We will find out very soon. 11:57 to go, and another violation on the Indians. They've had a few tonight at the face-off. Cruz thought about the shot. What we have not seen consistently tonight on offense for the Trojans has been movement. They started off with good movement, but then in the second half they didn't have long possessions. So maybe that's why we did not see the movement. And Castleton and Morgan continue to work it from behind. That ball is checked. I believe it went off the stick of an Indian player, but Michaelitis still picked it up. I believe he stepped on the line. That will be a quick turnover to start the second half for the Trojans. East Coweta trying to clear it. A long pass. Open is Brogan. Carrollton might have caught a break right there, but a long pass on the clear by the midfielder for the Indians, Devin McCarriger. And Carrollton will go back into their zone. I'm not sure about this. Carter Johnson gets beat. Saved by Cuff, who is having a great night. Cuff to Carter. Ben Carter absorbs the contact. He will settle it down. Carter, Jackson Cruz, and Alex Schilling have been in the game for the majority of the game, as Carrollton does not have the midfielders that they can turn to because of injuries. Jackson Cruz has it. Fakes the pass. Now he's going to hit Schilling. Schilling has not been very aggressive this year, but he does have a hard shot when he decides to let it rip. What will he do? Morgan, Castleton, back to Morgan. Morgan, you can see right there, he saw the defender coming, took his eyes off the ball as he was focused on the defender, and that will be 2 turnovers already for Carrollton to start the second half. Good check from Sapola right before the defender was able to catch the ball, and that defender looked like he might have flopped a little bit, but that will be a penalty. The second on Sapola tonight. Sapola is a big dude, does have a size advantage, and had a little too much muscle on that push. A tough start here for the Trojans in the second half. 2 possessions and 2 turnovers, and now they will be man down off the Chase Sapola penalty. 9:53 to go now in the third. Brogan has been aggressive. They will look to get him the ball and this man up. Good check from Ben Bryan, who almost forced a quick turnover. He throws more checks than anyone on the Carrollton team, and he's very successful with them. A shot and a goal for the Indians. I believe that was Madison Duffy, and it was. We are now tied at 3. Game looks like it will go down to the wire. It will be a hard-fought victory for either team, whoever comes out on top. Facing off again will be Jackson Cruz to his right, Ben Carter to his left, Ben Bryan. Ben Bryan has had a great season, and he's definitely one of the bright spots for this Carrollton team as they have struggled. That ball is down. A toe drag attempt, and Jackson Cruz has it. Cruz taking the contact, fakes the pass. Now he's going to hit Carter. Carter from way outside, off target. Michael Morgan backs it up. Carter's looking to get on the board tonight. We have 9:21 to go in the third. Carrollton offensively is trying to find the form that they had when they got off to that great start in the first quarter. Michaelitis, his second goal of the night, and he gives Carrollton the lead 4-3. Assisted by Michael Morgan. In these recent games, Michaelitis has heated up offensively, and he now has 2 goals, and Carrollton now has the lead with 9:15 to go in the third. Morgan and Castleton have been working that crease to wing connection all night. It had not worked, but that time Morgan got it to work with Dylan Michaelitis. Back to the face-off X we go. Jackson Cruz has been winning more as of late. Can he get this one? We will have a face-off violation on the Indians. Carrollton back on offense. Can they extend the lead? Cruz has a smaller man on him. What will he do? We have not seen as much ISO tonight from the Trojans. Their goals have come off of just good movement, good passes, quick passes that is. And that one goal from Jackson Cruz where he just stood up top and let it rip. Castleter to Schilling. On the crease is Jackson Cruz. He has that one very memorable crease goal this season against Campbell. They're going to feed Cruz. Cruz, that shot is stopped by McGarriger. Good look from Morgan. A tight pass, and he threaded the needle to Jackson Cruz. A cut from Castleter. Good decision from Morgan not to pass it to him. Carrollton needs to find their spacing now. Cruz is still on the crease as he is moving around trying to get open. That was a good save from McGarriger from point blank range. Castleter, Morgan up top. Schilling short arm that pass, one hopped it. Good job from Ben Carter to regain possession. As Carrollton is a little bit giddy on offense, can they find their 5th goal of the night? Less than 8 minutes to go in the 3rd. Both teams have both of their timeouts. Morgan, left-handed, up top. Great job on this possession for Carrollton of having quick passes, moving the ball. Most of them have been good passes, and this is a long possession. That's what you want to see. Morgan is open. Morgan, shot. He took a hard hit up top over the goal. A good find from Carter as Morgan was open behind the defense. East Coweta is back into their zone. They have gone zone a lot tonight, and it looks like, yep, they will stay in zone. Castleter behind. Castleter to Morgan. Morgan, shot. A goal for Michael Morgan. Great job from him with the bounce and a good find from Ross Castleter. Great patience from Michael Morgan on that play. He had a few Indians all over him. He tucked the stick and found the back of the net.
Great assist by number 35, Ross Castleter.
The crowd approves of that one. 5-3 is the score with 7:26 to go in the 3rd. Carrollton searching for their first win of the season. Can they run away with it, or will we be close to the end of this game? Jackson Cruz wins another face-off. Cruz to Castleter. Castleter tried to get a shot there to back it up. Michaelitis and Morgan, good hustle from both. And they will give it to McGarriger. I'm not sure about that call, as these officials have been very sketchy tonight. Another bad call. 7:20 to go now in the 3rd. Michaelitis, good hustle from him. That pass is lobbed into the air, right into the stick of Sapola. Sapola to Dressender, who's going to drop that one. Not a good decision from Sapola, who led Dressender right into the teeth of the defense. Behind the defense, Brogan can't hit his man. Carrollton catches a break. That goes out of bounds. This has definitely been a fun game to watch as both teams are showing some youth with their turnovers and their anxious play. Cruz on the sidelines. He bounces it to Reese. Xavier Reese driving. He's going to feed Morgan. Michael Morgan off the chest of McGarriger. Great feed from Reese and a great look from Michael Morgan, who almost had back-to-back goals. Fighting for this ball. It's still down. Xavier Reese has it. Xavier Reese had 3 goals last game. Xavier Reese bouncing off of bodies. Xavier Reese, that ball is down right in front of the goal. Morgan has it. Can he settle it down? He's going to kick it. He keeps it in bounds there in the corner. Wow. How about that? Field awareness from Michael Morgan and Jackson Cruz. Great job from both of them. Jackson Cruz. Woo! Over the goal. 5:54 to go in the 3rd. long pass from Castleter over the head of Carter, and that will go out of bounds. Not a good decision from the senior attackman. Not a good decision at all right there. 5:45 to go in the third. Carrollton has the momentum with it now. Madison Duffy, who scored the most recent goal for the Indians. You have to believe that the Indians are a little bit in shock right now from what they are seeing from the Trojans after they handled the Trojans. And that pass is thrown right to Xavier Reese. McCarriger gets back into the goal. Reese driving. Reese still has it. Reese from the crease bounces it. He can't connect. Michaelitis has it. He had Castleter. Castleter has it. He might get a shot opportunity. He decides against it. Jackson Cruz back onto the field now. I'm not sure what McCarriger was thinking with that pass. He threw it right to Xavier Reese. Reese has not gotten much playing time tonight, but he has done good with the playing time that he has gotten. Midfielders for the Trojans, Alex Schilling, Ben Carter, who has it now, and Jackson Cruz, 4:52 to go in the third. The energy has been high tonight, and Carrollton is looking to go up by 3 for the first time this season. The movement is picking up. The attack are rotating, and so are the midfielders. This is what you want to see. Carter dropped that pass. Can he get it back? The ball is down. Still down. He's got to play with a sense of urgency. He has it. He's getting harassed by Madison Duffy. Duffy throwing some checks. Cruz. Shot. Saved by McCarriger. A little bit outside. For Jackson Cruz, who has great power on his shot. Duffy in transition. He throws that one behind his man. That will be turned over as Owen DeBow could not catch that pass. 4:10 to go now in the third. East Coweta might want to think about calling a timeout the next time they have it offensively, as they have just looked out of sorts here in the third quarter. Lots of bad passes. Carter Johnson, cross-field pass. Good pass into the stick of Sapola. He lost it on the check. Looks toward the sidelines, and that will be a turnover on the Trojans. Exactly 4 minutes to go in the third, in a very exciting game. With it now, Bailey Brogan, who's got a very hard shot. He is definitely a threat, as East Coweta will look for Brogan, Madison Duffy, or Jackson Elliott. Barnes has it. Barnes somehow still has it, and a save by Cuff.
Another nice save by number 20, Chris.
Money save from him. Reese spins, cuts, and he will look to go coast to coast. A little bit of a hesitation. He's going to take a hard hit, and he's getting hit hard on the sidelines. He loses that one. With it is Barnes. Barnes can't hit Brogan, and Chris Cuff will let that one go out of bounds. Another turnover on an attempted clear from East Coweta. Cuff to Cruz. He's looking at Dressender, decides against it. He will bring it up himself, and that will be a flag down. So now Carrollton will have possession, knowing that the man up is coming. Jackson Elliott is on Cruz. Cruz feeds Carter. That gets through Castleter, and Castleter scores with the sidearm shot. He got that one past McCarriger, and Carrollton has 6 goals tonight. The lead is now 3 for the Trojans. Without hesitating, Castleter ripped that shot into the game, and he's got a goal to show for it right away. And East Coweta will now call the timeout with 2:52 to go. Carrollton has their largest lead of the season, and they are hyped up on the field, as you can tell by their huddle. They lead it by 3, and we will be right back to Grisham Stadium in a moment. We are back as Carrollton has the 3-goal lead over the East Coweta Indians. I forgot to mention captains tonight for Carrollton were Sean Dressender, Jackson Cruz, and Ben Carter. All three players have played good tonight. To the middle of the field we go. Jackson Cruz has done a great job facing off. He will look to win this one as Carrollton will be man up. They did not wave the flag off. Carter tried to kick that one ahead to Cruz. Cruz now has it. Numbers for Carrollton as they are man up and they still have the numbers on this break. Ben Bryan will sub out just outside of your screen, and into the game for him will be Alex Schilling, who is now at the bottom of your screen. We have not seen good man-up opportunities tonight for the Trojans. They have not had enough ball movement. The passes have been slow. They've got to move it quicker. They have been doing this all season long. They've got to improve on this man-up. Morgan Castleter without hesitating, off target. Might have scraped that one off the side of the pipe. But still, the man-up has got to have quicker passes. As Ross Castleter is out of the game, Penn Castleter is in. That's his brother who scored the last goal. He is number 13. This ball is down. Penn Castleter has it. Takes the contact, falling down, gets it to Carter. Unsettled now are the Indians. Dylan Michaelitis tried to feed the crease, but as you saw, he did not get enough zip on that pass. And the whistle will be blown as we have a player down for East Coweta. The ref blew that whistle, and East Coweta looks like he is holding his lower leg or ankle. 1:46 to go in the third quarter. But once again, Carrollton's man-up unit has struggled all season long, and it's just simple stuff. They've got to increase the pace that they play with on the man-up. The passes have got to be quicker. The ball should not be in any one stick for longer than 2 to 3 seconds. I cannot tell what number that is for East Coweta, but he will get some help as he limps off the field. And coming into the game for East Coweta will be number 11, Mark Huntoon, the senior. We have not seen him tonight. He will be thrown right into the fire, as it looks like the man-up has expired for Carrollton. We are all even. It will be 6-on-6. East Coweta is down a timeout. Carrollton has both of theirs remaining. This is not an area game for both teams. However, it is still a big game for both, as East Coweta is trying to get back to 500 on the season with a win. They would go to 3-3, and Carrollton is looking for their first win of the season. Cruz and Carter are playing catch up top. Nothing too fancy, as they are taking their time with this one. We have not seen this yet from them this year, and now Cruz will work it around to the rest of the team. Morgan, Michaelitis, Carter, the one-handed catch and a shot from Carter, who took a shot, saved by McCarriger. He quickly gets it to Duffy, who has some speed, and he will push the pace. 4-on-4 now. And Duffy will smartly slow it down, as Carrollton had very good transition defense. Duffy will look to go after Carter. Carter gets beat. Good help from Ben Bryant, and the ref throws a flag. That is not a flag. These refs have been very bad tonight. Good check from behind by Jackson Cruz. These refs have tried to take the physicality out of the game, and this is a physical sport. It is a contact sport. I'm not sure if these refs have played the game before, but that is a terrible call. 35.4 seconds to go in the third. East Coweta will be man up. They have had a few opportunities tonight, but have not been able to cash in on them. The injured East Coweta long pole is back onto the field. We still cannot see that number, as their numbers are hard to read. And Madison Duffy throws this one away. Not a good pass from him. He was looking for 21, Gareth Ronfelt. Duffy the Jr. would like to have that one back. Jackson Cruz will have it. And he has Ben Carter wide open. He does not see him right away. And Jackson Cruz will get doubled as East Coweta is still man up. 13 seconds to go in the third. Cruz to Morgan. Morgan throws it behind him back to Jackson Cruz. Cruz fakes the pass, and that will be the end of the third quarter. For the first time this season, Carrollton will head into the fourth with the lead. They lead East Coweta 6-3. Carrollton can see their first win of the season. It is in their grasp. Will they be able to finish it? We will find out when we return for the fourth quarter. We are back now to start the fourth quarter. Carrollton is still man down. Jackson Cruz will get doubled on the sidelines. He's got Michaelitis. He will hold on to it himself. And he will try to run out the man up. Cruz still has it. He's got Michael Morgan open. He's going to hold on to it himself, though. 11:40 to go. The man up has expired. Schilling is onto the field. Jackson Cruz gets the ball checked out from behind. That ball's on the sidelines. It might die out. Dylan Michaelitis lets it go out of bounds. He's got to attack that ground ball. He protected himself from the hit, but he's got to attack that ground ball. And that will be East Coweta ball now as they trail by 3. East Coweta tonight has not scored much because they have not been able to possess the ball very well and they have not been able to clear the ball. Plus, Chris Cuff has been playing great in the goal. Dylan Michaelitis was almost offsides right there. He did a good job to keep his balance, and Carrollton will go zone. East Coweta has scored tonight on nice bounce shots from up top. To the wing. Shot. That shot was deflected off the stick of Austin Waldrop. Sapola has it. Sapola has got to make a decision with it. Now he's going to bring it up. He's got Dylan Michaelitis wide open. He's got to get his head up. He still has it. That ball gets checked out from behind and out of bounds. He had Dylan Michaelitis wide open on the clears. You have to have your head up to find the open man. He did not right there. He did a good job of getting open and getting some space, just could not find the open man. Back on defense are the Trojans. Owen DeBoll was the one who took that last shot. A drive from X and a quick goal for the Indians. That was number 9. We do not have a name for him as he is not on their roster. We did not see him in the scrimmage. He seems to be a young player.
Number 9 with the goal for the Indians.
The lead is now 6-4 as East Coweta will try to climb back into this game. They are only down by 2, and 2 goals is nothing in lacrosse, especially because we still have 10:29 to go. Carrollton has to keep playing hard and keep their foot on the gas. They cannot get passive here if they want to win this game. On the season, Carrollton has been giving up 14.1 goals a game on defense, which is 86th in the state out of 108 teams. They've only given up 4 goals tonight. So that is a very positive sign for them. And we will have a very late flag. You can't even see it in your screen. The ref on the other side of the field taking his time walking up through the flag. That will be on the hit from Jackson Cruz. A shot off the pipe. Not sure if Cuff got a piece of that one. But Carrollton will be man down. I believe that is their 3rd penalty of the second half. A questionable call there as there was a ref right on top of the play who did not make the call. It was a ref on the other side of the field who was not even in your screen who made the call. 10-10 to go in the 4th. Anxious moments for Carrollton as they are now man down. Chris Cuff has got to be alive in the goal as East Coweta has been getting shots off. Cuff has just been saving them. Duffy up top. Duffy shot. He can't connect. Wow, and they will say that Chris Cuff backed it up. I am the voice of Carrollton Lacrosse, but Chris Cuff was not closest to that ball. Carrollton catches a break. 10:02 to go. As once again, East Coweta cannot connect and cannot finish with a goal on their man up. These refs have made questionable calls against both teams tonight. Ben Carter that is, with it. He loses it. They might call a ward. And they will give a timeout to Carrollton before he lost the ball. With 9:44 to go in the 4th quarter, Carrollton calls their first timeout of the half as they will try to hold on and win their first game of the season. Coming out of the timeout, Carrollton will look to clear this ball with 9:44 to go in the 4th. It's been a very well-rounded and well-played game for the Trojans on both ends of the field. Carter, a good catch from Schilling. Schilling had Castleter wide open. He still has Castleter. In this situation, the Carrollton midfielders and attackmen have to move towards the ball and help out the ball carrier And that will be a flag down. 2 flags down are thrown as Duffsey got physical. He hit Ben Carter up really high. And now Carrollton will be the ones that go man up. Duffsey does not like that call, but it will be a penalty. The players tonight have to realize that the refs are calling everything and they have to adjust to that and be a little more cautious with their checks and body checks. So Carrollton will go man up again tonight. Will they be able to convert? We will see. Morgan, Castleter, pin, has it, takes a check, reverses it back to Morgan, to Schilling. This is what you want to see out of a man-up. Quick movement. Jackson Cruz has got to keep it going. This is what you want to see. This is good right here. Morgan from behind. Michael Morgan off the stick of McCarriger. He almost had his second goal of the night. And now, pressing way outside of the box is East Coweta. They were still man down, and now that man-up has expired. Interesting play there from the long poles of East Coweta. Jackson Cruz has it. The passing and catching tonight from Carrollton has been the best we have seen all season. They were a little bit rough in the second quarter, but other than that, it has been very good. That ball off the stick of Morgan into the crease and into the stick of McCarriger, and East Coweta will attempt to clear. They have struggled mightily with this in the second half. McCarriger is going to make a long pass. There is Ben Bryant. We got a collision. Both players go down. That is a good hit. He was low with the hit, and Ben Bryant forces the turnover. Starting to get a little bit physical is Jackson Cruz. Backhands it, and Jackson Cruz scores the goal.
Trojan goal, number 10, Jackson Cruz.
A creative shot from Jackson Cruz and a great response from Carrollton. Jackson Cruz driving, was running out of an angle. Had the instincts to backhand it in, and he got that one past McCarriger. McCarriger tapped his chest saying that is his fault. But a great job by Jackson Cruz. That all started off of the collision as Ben Bryant with a hard hit right around the 50-yard line on an East Coweta player. East Coweta was unsettled on defense, and Carrollton made him pay with the goal. Great effort there from Carrollton. This ball is down. Carter lost his stick. East Coweta has it. That ball is down. Another good check from Ben Bryant, who is having a great game. Ben Bryant is consistent every game for the Trojans. You know what you are going to get out of him. He has it. Bryant to the middle of the field. Great pass to Carter. Carter has Michaelitis. He's going to hit Morgan. Michaelitis can't make the catch. He still has it. A shot over the goal. Wow. A great opportunity for the Carrollton Trojans to get their 8th goal of the night. They could not do it. Right behind Ben Bryant. Can he get this one before it goes out of bounds? No, he cannot. Wow. A huge fast break opportunity. Ben Bryant did a great job to hit Carter. Carter had Michaelitis, instead went to Morgan, and Michaelitis was wide open for the goal. They could not complete the pass and catch. He did get it back and had a good look at it still, but bounced it over the goal. Good check from Xavier Reese from behind, and Cipolla, puts a man on his back. A very physical second half. Cuff bounces it to Carter. Carter has 2 men on him. The pace of play has picked up. Carter loses that one out of the back of his stick. Reese gets the ground ball. A good example of how to get the ground ball. He should have attacked it a little bit right there. To Morgan behind. Both teams need to settle down right here. Good catch from Ross Castleter. Castleter to Carter. Carter will now slow it down for the Trojans. Reese makes a man miss. Reese, a shot to the chest of McCarriger. A good look for Xavier Reese. This ball is down. We have players going down left and right for both teams. A whistle, and possession will go to East Coweta. 6:07 to go in the 4th. Carrollton tonight defensively has been very good. They are still in the zone. They came out with the man and went to the zone and have stayed in the zone for most of the game. Outside of your screen you cannot see, but Mike Mutzel is talking with all of his attackmen as he has them all over at the sidelines as he wants to get a message delivered. That pass was deflected. A great job from Sean Dressinger to have his stick up. Can he get the ground ball? Yes, he can. On the sidelines, that ball checked out, and that is flung into the Carrollton or East Coweta half of the field, excuse me. That ball overthrown. Ben Carter has it. Carter to Michaelitis, who does a good job to get a stick on it. Michaelitis has it. Michaelitis to Cruz. Cruz has Castleter. That would have been a tight pass. Castleter is still calling for it. Castleter is open. Cruz still has it. Cruz still has it, and he scores another one.
Number 10, Jackson Cruz.
Jackson Cruz basically went 1-on-3, and he won. 8-4 now. Carrollton leads it with 5:03 to go in the fourth. I'm not sure how Jackson Cruz hung on to the ball through the checks, but he did, and he finished with the goal. And Carrollton is very close to their first win of the season. They are 5 minutes and 3 seconds away. I believe that might have been the first ISO goal we have seen from Carrollton tonight. They have done a great job with movement. Actually, it might have been the second, as Cruz did score with the backhanded goal before that. But Carrollton's had great movement offensively. They have had great feeds from their attack, who have probably had their best game of the season. Michaelitis also on attack has had a great game. Morgan has scored. All the attack has scored, actually. And that will be a quick response as Madison Duffy buries that one in the bottom left-hand corner. 4:40 to go, and the lead is back down to 3. This East Coweta team is very dangerous. They have shown this season and in the scrimmage that they can score very quickly. 4:40 to go, and Carrollton just has to stay calm and stay in the moment, and they will come out on top. They have definitely looked like the better team tonight. However, East Coweta is still in this game. These two teams have met the last 2 seasons as well. Each team has won 1 game. Last season, Carrollton won 13-10. Last season, they also lost a scrimmage to the Indians. A little bit of deja vu here. Back on offense are the Trojans. You cannot say enough about how great of a job Jackson Cruz has done facing off tonight, as he has won possession many times for the Trojans. Cruz has it. Flirted with the double team a little bit. On Jackson Cruz is number 2, Wesley Chambliss, the sophomore defenseman. Now with it, Schilling. As time becomes a factor in this game, you have to wonder when East Coweta will start to press out and go for broke in a way, and they will have to try and force turnovers. Cruz behind the back pass to Michaelitis. Once again, Michaelitis had his eyes on the defender, braced himself for the hit, and a hard hit from Michaelitis, and that will draw a flag. And Michaelitis is going to hear it from one of the long poles. That is number, I cannot really tell because of their jerseys. I believe that is number 16, Connor Wiseman. He had something to say for Michaelitis after that hit. 3:45 to go now, and East Coweta will be back on offense as they will go man up. We have had a lot of penalties tonight for both teams, uncharacteristic from Carrollton, as they have controlled their penalties and kept them very low all season. Shot from outside off the leg of Cuff, I believe. 3:33 to go in the fourth. Carrollton's man-down defense has been very good tonight. Up top to Brogan. Brogan can't catch it. The passing and catching tonight has not been very good for East Coweta. Brogan, they continue to work it. Duffy, the shot, and Duffy off the leg of Cuff. Another save for him. 3:11 to go in the fourth. Chris Cuff has definitely rebounded very well in this game after struggling mightily against Mount Paran. Brogan up top. We're going to have a shot. That one off target there to back it up is an attackman for East Coweta. Cuff almost got to that one. 2:57 to go now in the fourth. If East Coweta is going to come back, they're going to have to score and score quickly as they are down by 3 with under 3 to go. The man up has expired. Brogan, shot off target there to back it up is Chris Cuff. Good hustle from him. 2:51 to go in the fourth. A great response tonight for the Carrollton Trojans as they are 0-6 on the season, but their first win is in sight. On the sidelines, Carter has it. He's going to take the contact. He better brace for the hit. He does. He still has it. He hits Cruz, who makes a spinning, jumping catch, and Carrollton is on offense. They will be able to take some time off the clock right here as Jackson Cruz gets yard sailed, goes down, and East Coweta has it in transition, and they have numbers. 6 on 4, now on 5. A good hit from behind by Xavier Reese, and Duffy threw that one away. 2:16 to go now in the fourth. Carrollton is so close to their first win of the season. They've only scored 4.83 goals a game this season, but they have 8 tonight. And that ball is dropped from Carter. Cuff needs to get back into the goal. If East Coweta is going to come back, they need a goal, and a great check from behind from Chase Cipolla. Cuff. Back to Cuff now. 1:46 to go. We are getting down to it at Grisham Stadium. And Carrollton will call their second and final timeout of the game with 1:41 to go. Carrollton is very close to their first win of the season. They can sense it, they can feel it, and they have a chance to close this one out. We will stay right on their huddle during this timeout. A 1:41 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Carrollton Trojans are looking for their first win of the season. This would be a big one as they try to finish the second half of the season as we are nearing the midway point of the season, They will try and finish the season strong as there are still many games to go. Their next game will be March 20th on the road. Jackson Cruz has it. He gets bodied by Duffy, and East Coweta will double the ball. Cruz bounces it to Morgan. Wide open on the crease is Schilling. Morgan still has it. Morgan takes a little bit of a hit up top, and a flag will be called on East Coweta. It's getting physical. Morgan still has it. Good job by him, and he throws it over the head of Xavier Reese. 1:08 to go. Carrollton leads by 3, and they will be man up, and that might be the dagger in East Coweta. Jackson Cruz with it now. He has had a very good game tonight. He has 2 goals, I believe, 2 or 3. And he will try to run out the clock. Less than a minute to go now. Another bounce pass from him. I guess he likes doing those. Ross Castleter. That pass is deflected as Castleter threw that one away. Got to make sure you get separation on these passes. And Ben Carter has got to move towards the ball and get open. Castleter takes a hard tumble, and for some reason the ref blew the whistle, and East Coweta has it. That is Barnes, who got crossed up earlier. Feed to the middle, over the goal there to back it up is Sean Dressender, the team captain, and the senior goalie Chris Cuff. 28.7 seconds to go. With it is Ben Carter, the senior. 19 seconds to go. Carrollton is very close, and they will wrap this one up as they get their revenge on the Indians who handled them in the preseason scrimmage. 8 seconds. It's getting physical right now as East Coweta is not happy with this result. Duffy is going after Carter, and that will do it. Carrollton will win for the first time this season as they beat the East Coweta Indians 8-5 in a very impressive performance tonight at Grisham Stadium. They mobbed Chris Cuff, who played great tonight, and he definitely recovered from his performance against the Eagles. Carrollton will go to 1-6 on their season. Thank you for joining us tonight. Carrollton's next game is 8 days from now against Whitfield Academy at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We will have that game live right here on the Carrollton Lacrosse YouTube channel.